Hi there. Welcome back to Sending Ravens. How's everybody doing? Wow. Here's the deck I'm using, the Crow Tarot. Remember when we did that video vlog? We went and bought this. Guy and I, we went shopping for tarot cards. Go back and watch that vlog. It's kind of fun. Okay, so we're going to look at this scary flu. I can't use the V word. I might get shadow banned. And I also can't call it the name it's been given, or this various names. So we're going to call it the scary flu. And we're going to do an update. And I know I have people watching from all over the world. So this might be a little general, right? But I don't, I'm not going to go into every single country because that might take days, days and days. But let's have a look just around an update on what's going on here. Okay, is it still out there? I mean, there's all kinds of things coming out in the States where it's been proven that they're fudging the numbers. Go and watch Jason Goodman crowdsource the truth. Oh man, he's got some really good information. And I believe it was Saturday or was it Friday that a really good one of his videos came out. I think it was Saturday's. Jason Goodman, really good information on it. Yeah, and then Charlie Ward has some really good information too. But I really, really trust Jason Goodman on Crowdsource the Truth. He's one of my favorites. So go check him out. Now let's have a look, see what I get. Wow, Three of Swords and the Death card, the Page of the Page of Pentacles. So right off the bat, the scary flu itself is coming up as the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords. So it's dead. It's over. It's over, it looks like. Okay, literally, the thing itself looks like it's been handled and or the world took care of it, nature took care of it. Somehow, with that Three of Swords, it's been, for the most part, it looks like handled somehow, I want to say, or they've given up on spreading it or whatever's really going on, because we know things are different than what they're telling us, right? We've got the Page of Pentacles in the past. So it was much smaller affair than was first talked about. Now, Jason Goodman also looked into that, and he says that it was downgraded on the actual official, but it's been buried in the website, in the WHO website. So the World Health Organization actually downgraded it, but no mainstream media covered that. So it wasn't considered a pandemic after, I believe it was March 20th. How do you like that? So, and that was apparently buried in the website. So that, and he's got some really good researchers on his team. That's why I like watching his. So I believed it. It's like, oh, for sure. Okay, and then don't forget, they say that it doesn't fare well, this illness, at a certain temperature outside the body. And that temperature, certainly in North America, we're a lot warmer than the temperature they say it can't exist in. We're even much warmer now. Okay, so how is it that the numbers are going up again? Tell me that, riddle me that, right? All of a sudden the numbers are all up. And of course they're blaming it on, all the crowds getting out in the streets and the demonstrations and the gatherings. Okay, they're going to blame it on that. That's in the States. In Canada, we're not hearing much about. Numbers are rising, but as Jason Goodman says, they looked into it, and if you actually go to official websites that count death count, the death toll of what they call the illness is way down, like visually way down, but they're testing much more people, and also a lot of people are reporting that they were said to be and or in paper, and on paper they're said to have been tested and they never were. There's all kinds of weird stories coming out about people that were in line to be tested, got sick of the lineup, turned away, and then they must have got their license plate number or something. Those people are marked down as they were tested. And they're getting tested positive. It's like, look at the difference between how many people are getting tested. And don't forget, in the States, those tests were known to be really, really ineffective. Like, people were being tested positive when they were negative, and then tested negative when they actually had it. Oh, brother, right? So there's so much stuff around this, so obvious something way deeper and different is going on. And most people, I know most of my viewers know what I'm talking about, the whole red pill thing. Things are going on, and this is being used maybe by both sides of a really big secret war. There's a secret war, and both sides are using this pandemic, to their advantage. Okay, they're hiding things in it. They're getting at each other through it. All kinds of crazy stuff's going on. So please keep your eyes and ears open. We're being used as the pawns here. It's so depressing. Right? So the thing itself, so we've got the Three of Swords and the Death card. In the next 4 to 6 months, what they called the original illness that they, called this, said it was a plandemic. I'm going to use the word plandemic because I might get, shadow banned if I use the actual word with the PAN. Anyway, it looks like it's actually on the way out, like ineffective. It isn't affecting people. It's as it was in the next 4 to 6 months even. It could, because the Death card is dying a slow, painful death. So leaving us, okay? And here we've got the Page of Swords. So there is going to be some big hype. So it's swords, so it's all in thoughts and words. And I was asking about in the next 6 months. So in the next 6 months, so right around fall and into the early winter, you better believe. And likely right around the time it's voting time in the US. Okay, yeah, there's all kinds of reasons why all of a sudden it'd be very convenient to have it, a big surge of it, or another lockdown, they're saying. Oh, I hope that doesn't happen. Now, this is interesting. We've got the Wheel of Fortune and the Four of Wands. Something could come along and absolutely change this whole scenario. There's the universe has a plan, it looks like, where something could come along and change the whole scenario. In the next 7, it looks like, let's hope that's days, but I'm thinking that's weeks. In the next 7 weeks, that could take us either our attention right off of this, so everybody forgets to even talk about it and fearmonger on it in the mainstream. Something else is going to completely come along in the meantime. Like, what else could go wrong here in 2020? Oh yeah, aliens, right? A lot of people are saying the next thing they're going to throw at us. So they had all these things. Apparently years ago, it was a known thing that they were going to throw these things at us. They being the sort of New World Order or whatever. And I'm not going to say the actual name of that organization, but you guys probably know what I'm talking about. The deep state, as some people call it. Okay, so let's call it that. They had this whole agenda. First, they were going to do weather. So really horrific weather, because apparently they can manipulate the weather, right? Oh my goodness. And forest fires like natural disasters. So now remember, the fires in LA were known to be, and it was all covered up, way too hot. They were melting metal cars and all kinds of things. That normal forest fires, they were behaving in a way that the fire was started by something completely different than just natural wood burning forest fires. Okay, so, and that, I don't know about Australia's fires, but I suspect similar things there. I mean, just goes to reason, right? So apparently that was the first wave of things, was going to be weather patterns. okay, and things like natural disasters. So we had a whole lot of hurricanes, I know there's hurricanes anyway, but things got a little crazy, I think. I wouldn't put it past sort of the kind of energies we're up against here to have created and or manipulated some weather like that. Okay, but they certainly manipulated the forest fires. Now, as we move along, all of a sudden we got this big illness. So now an illness, that was the next thing on their little list, okay? And then after that, there was going to be rioting. Okay, it was all planned out. So some people even are privy to them and have found videos where they're actually laying this out. Okay, so there's like even in some TED Talks, look up some of the TED Talks, okay, with Bill Gates, TED Talks, and actually sort of certainly predicting the pandemic. That's been predicted. So since 2007, apparently, they've been talking about this. Okay, so how do they know this thing's coming? Because it's created and put upon us, right? It's just, I can't fathom, but really that's what's going on, okay? Yeah, so it looks like there's going to be another thing thrown at us that could actually take all of our attention, because maybe this illness isn't really going to cause the kind of, they might not be able to scare us that second time. So maybe they abandoned it. I mean, it is a plan to really hype it up, it looks like, verbally in the news. Okay, so Page of Swords. So it's not actually going to resurge in the fall. Just remember I said that. But they're going to talk about it and try to hype it up. But it feels like something else is going to come along and take our attention away. And what they said a long time ago. So the plan was the next thing was going to be outer space stuff. Okay, so just the other day, the United States government finally admitted to that there are aliens. So in effect, they've been lying to us all these years and trying to, throw shade on people that did talk about aliens, gaslight the whole world about what are we talking about? We're a bunch of conspiracy theorists. Oh, all of a sudden they're admitting, yes, they do know about other beings. They have visited the earth, and in fact, they have some of their crafts and or parts of their crafts. So that was a recent thing that came out just on the weekend. This is just, this is likely what we're talking about over here. Let's keep looking. Yeah, something else is going to come along. And it looks like, thank goodness, save us just in time, just as they're gearing up with the fear machines in the fall to really lock everything down again, okay? So I'm happy to see that, because any diversion at this point, I'm really done with the whole mask business. Here in Calgary, they're saying as of August 1st, we have to wear a mask. And I know lots of places have had that for a really long time, but we have to wear a mask indoors. So that'll cut down on my shopping trips, I'll tell you that. It's like, no thanks. We've got the Moon and the Page of Cups. Yeah, so they're gonna pull out another big kind of catastrophe here, all in a bid to keep everything in chaos. Now, some people are saying the chaos is a good thing, because in the meantime, the economy is getting reset, and they're saying all of these people are being rounded up. Man, I hope that's true. I don't have actual direct evidence of that. Okay, I don't literally know that for sure. So let's have a look around sort of that white hat activity. A lot of people say, like this Charlie Ward fellow, he says that, apparently a whole bunch of things have already gone into place and the good guys have won, and we just haven't. We're not going to get to hear about it till after the election in the United States. Now, let's have a look at that good guy, bad guy fight. I mean, you can be sure, just a warning from my instinct, is even if some supposed white hats sort of upheaval the dark deep state, okay, what are they going to be like? Because that's a lot of power. I don't trust any sort of inequality and huge power. So we need to keep aware and keep our eyes open and not make heroes out of anybody until they prove themselves to be, really good for just regular folks, right? Don't put anybody on a pedestal or make anybody your hero, okay? So many people write me and they're like, they've got Trump on a pedestal. And it's like, you know what? Like, everybody's capable of abuse of power. He's actually shown himself to be capable of that. Ears and eyes open, people. All politicians are capable of abusing power. So I'm hoping he is doing those good things. When I did a reading on it, it looked like he was a little bit maybe coerced into doing that, or maybe they have things on him. So, don't try to make heroes out of politicians. Aren't your heroes and idols and sages, okay? Like, try not to go there. Just keep your common sense about you, okay? You can't whitewash over somebody with the history like he has. But at the same time, we're finding out every one of these guys and or gals are in on some dirty yuckiness. Most of them knew Epstein. All of them. They all did. Right? We find out all our heroes in Hollywood are horrific. And didn't Mel Gibson try to tell us that? Right? Mel Gibson, and he got absolutely demonized for years in Hollywood. He was made to look really bad, and all he was doing was telling the truth. Go back and look at some of his rants about what goes on in Hollywood. He was literally spelling it out for us about the pedophiles. Oh, there's a word I'm not sure I can say. Okay, so let's have a look at, is this supposed group, and I really hope it's true, of these people that are aligning themselves, or at least somehow, they're on the good side. So we think and we hope. Are there, the P word getting rounded up? Are these people that have created horrific crimes against humanity? Is there truth to these lists we're seeing now? We looked at this not that long ago on the channel, and what we got was there was some truth to it, and some of it was just to scare them and get them prepared for what's coming. We didn't see literally that was happening. We saw maybe in a few cases, but that actually that information was put out more to scare them into talking and coming forward to cover their butts. A great tactic if that's the case. But are there actual military, a whole segment of the US military doing this work? And apparently all over the world. Apparently they've rounded up all kinds of people in the Vatican, which absolutely a great idea. That's probably the worst cesspool of the P word. Most of us know that, right? If that's shocking to you, you might be watching the wrong channel, because that's obvious. Okay. But anyway, apparently they've rounded them up, like hundreds of them. Popes and higher up bishops, and oh my goodness. So is that true? Like, let's look around the truth of those kind of stories. Wow. I gotta say, it looks like it is somewhat true. Maybe all of it true. We've got justice in the past, so they've certainly got some kind of legal papers and paperwork on the people we're asking about. And we've got the King of Cups, so that's a masterful planner who's kept it all covert. So this group, or maybe there's a head of the group, is a masterful planner who's got it all figured out here. No, it's a group actually, because we've got that 10 of Pentacles. So it's a whole group of masterfully planned out maneuvers. So this group is carrying out masterfully planned out maneuvers. That's what it looks like. And they actually have some kind of clout with justice in the background. It's also karmic justice. And the tower. So it looks like they've already actually started. Wow. I am stunned. And oh my goodness. I'm so excited if this is true. It looks like it is. We've got the Hermit, major arcana cards all over this. The Judgment card. My goodness, I got a feeling this is actually happening. This Hermit in this deck is a very wise energy. So there's wisdom to this. They're going beyond sort of boundaries. They're going to a bigger justice, it looks like, and they're going to appeal to a bigger justice because, you know, this would be the U.S. military peoples or personnels, but they must have people from all over the world in this group because they're going all over the world rounding these people up. So it can't just be in the U.S. So, and that's what this looks like. They're going on this bigger authority and they have big clout. And we know who they're up against is huge and has big clout too. So that war they've been talking about, that's real. That's real, people. Okay, so we've got that Two of Cups. So the Two of Cups, wow. Two of Cups. These are opposite sides of the very same thing. So this is the like, this is why we have to keep really watching. It's like both these energies, and you know, they are equal in a way. And right now, it looks like the takeover of the white hats. So we're going to have a different group in power here in the next year. And we've discovered this horrific dark state, deep state, you know, in power, and they've been doing like demonic things. Let's hope this new group is truly as in the light as you know, people are claiming, and that we need them to be, to clean this mess up. Oh. Thank you so much for watching my video.